Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. Not the United Stand. I always do that. I'm so used to doing the United Stand. I feel like I'm representing the United Stand tonight though. Not just because I'm wearing the t-shirt or the jumper or the hoodie as it's called. But also because it's Chelsea against Crystal Palace. It's Leicester against Arsenal tonight. And effectively, if either of those results go our way, then Manchester United, it's time to come and play. Because we could be in a very strong position in relation to the top four race. So I'm excited about that. I hope you're all excited as well. And let's get on with it. Lots of people tuning in, which is great to see. I'm just about to give you the team news as well. I still think Chelsea will win today, yes. That's my prediction. I think Chelsea might win 2-0. But Chelsea got Kepa in goal, James, Christensen, Zuma, Azpilicueta, Barkley, Gilmour and Mount as the midfield three, which I think is rather interesting. No Kante, I think he might be injured because he's not on the bench. And Willian, Giroud and Pulisic. I still don't think that's Chelsea's strongest team. Jorginho on the bench again. Rudiger on the bench. Alonso on the bench. Tammy Abraham on the bench. Loftus-Cheek on the bench. Hudson-Odoi on the bench. Batshuayi on the bench. Crystal Palace, Gator in goal. Ward, Dunn, Cahill, Van Aanholt, Kiarte, Milovic, MacArthur, Ayew, Benteke and Zaha. I think that Palace team, if I was United playing that Palace team, I'd be confident that we were going to win, but I'd also have a little bit of concern about it as well. So let's see how it goes. And how is the hot mic? Massive, says Ethan Derrick. Ethan, I think you're a mod on that, so give it a try. What's your score predictions, everybody? I think that Chelsea in the midfield don't look as strong. I mean, look, Gilmour's a great player for the future. Ross Barkley's done okay. And Mason Mount's a player for the future as well. But I don't think that Chelsea midfield's as strong as it could be. And I'm still not convinced by Giroud over Tammy Abraham up front, to be honest with you. But we've got a few different score predictions coming in. Matt Vang on Hot Mic says 3-1. Adam says 2-1. Chelsea. And what do you get for lunch and dinner? Says Wyatt. We've got a 1-1 from Sarup and a 2-1 from BJM Packshaw. 1-0 to Palace, says Sam Diamond. 1-0 to Palace, says Shane McAllister. 3-0 to Chelsea, says John Durant. So lots of people getting involved there. Let me just give a shout out actually. Let me just make sure this is actually working before I do it. So, how are you doing? Sorry you couldn't get through. Why don't you leave your name and your number? And I'll get back to you. 4,000. Right, okay, let me just write this down. 4736. We are going for two things tonight. We're on 4,736 followers on Hot Mic. Let's see if we can get up to 5,000. And on YouTube, we're on 178,900. So we're 100 subscribers away. So if you've not subscribed to us on YouTube, bottom right-hand corner, let's see if we can get up to 179,000. Chelsea says, Helsland, Leicester will lose against Arsenal. Hope they lose much. When we're thinking about a striker, what about Palace? Loni Sirloth, Turkish League top scorer. There you go from Chelsea. Interesting, and thanks for the super chat. Can I just say, we are doing Leicester versus Arsenal tonight at the Emirates. And I will probably celebrate Arsenal's goals and moan about Arsenal mistakes if they don't win more than any of that AFTV crew, because tonight's the night that Arsenal can do Manchester United a big favour, and I hope that they can do it. They could basically hand us top four. Arsenal do something good for once. If you want to use Hot Mic, links in the video description. Use the invite code MARK363. It's on Apple and it's on Android. It's free. And you can use it, and basically it's got its own live chat. You've got crowd noise that you can use, but you can also sync in perfectly with your TV. So that basically what you do is you download the app, and we have kicked off here. You download the app, you go into Mark Goldbridge, you give me a follow, you go into my stream, and then if you click my face, it will say sync. Make sure they've got your audio on for your TV that you're watching the match on. You've got my audio on. Press sync, hold it up to your TV. It will listen to both. It will sync it in perfectly. Then you can turn your audio off your TV, and you'll get me saying Benteke's just headed it out for a throw-in. That's how it's going to work. So thanks everyone on that. And a super chat. Mark, have you been to the pub since lockdown is done? Says PM. No, I haven't, you know. I'm still not totally comfortable with it. And thanks for the super chat from Jordan Such. He says, "Hi Mark, just wondering if you watched the most boring game in Premier League history last night when Spurs fans were allowed to back in their stadium. They won't put up with football like that for long." Jordan, I didn't watch it for exactly that reason. I've got quite a good prediction rate at the moment, and it don't do it for me. He don't do it for me. I don't know how long people are going to back Mourinho at Spurs, but he don't do it for me. He don't do it for me. Boring. It's not. And you know what? I get Spurs fans having a pop at me on social media, and the reality is, he's boring. I'm defending you, Spurs. Boring. More pay to win it at the end, says Ziad. Well, he's not playing, is he? He plays for Brighton. And do you think United can compete with... do you think your United team can compete within 2 to 3 years, says Nathan? Yeah, I do. I mean, look, I'm grateful that a lot of people watch the United Stand and watch this channel. And because of that, you do get people taking clips out of context. And I see it a lot. But I said today on the United Stand this morning that Manchester United are probably the best team in Europe at the moment, based on form. But I don't need to add the word form in there because I'm talking about the moment. Liverpool are the best team in England and arguably the best team in the world. They've won the title and they deserve it. But at the moment, who's the best team in Europe? And I think, well, people say Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich aren't playing at the moment. Their league's over. And they play in a pub league. Juventus, well, again, they've always win the league. It's no surprise that they're winning against teams in their league. Oh, Real Madrid and Barcelona are winning regularly in Spain. That's never happened before. United are in 5th, and they're the best team in England at the moment on form. So I stand by that. But it doesn't mean that they'll be the best team next week. It doesn't mean they'll be the best team next season. So, I don't think anybody's playing with the consistency that United are playing with at the moment. And Chelsea were on course for that, but they'd lost to West Ham last week. J. David, thanks for the super chat. He says, thoughts on Troops and Robbie saying Greenwood is good, but Saka is a GOAT. I don't think they know what GOAT means. Just look, with all due respect, I like Robbie and I like Troops, but that is the most idiotic comment I've ever heard. I like Xhaka, but Mason Greenwood, I mean, come on. Anybody who's not being biased would say both very good players, but what Greenwood's doing at the moment, he scored two. I mean, just simple things like he scored 2 cracking goals at the weekend. How many did Xhaka score? Can you put the video on pause mode? Want to sync up? Says Daniel Fuznaz Hansen. It's already on it, mates. Maybe try refresh. And the most exciting thing that happened in that entire match was Lloris and Son having a tussle at half time, says Bearded Monkey. I think that was for the cameras because they're doing that Amazon Prime series, aren't they? Kevin Coleman says, I appreciate all you do. How do you feel now your biggest rival is no more? Thanks again. Well, I mean, I don't want to really talk about it, Kevin. Thanks for the super chat and thanks for the support. But it's not really the case, is it? Because it's just been rebranded. Don't mention rants. The mods will time you out. I don't know why. But I don't think the mods will time you out for it, mate. I just think it's because it's old news. It's been addressed. It's been spoken about 4 or 5 times. Check out the Flex and KG show. I thought it was brilliant at lunchtime. Everyone's moving on. I just think it's an old topic, and you don't be like Arsenal. Move on. Stop going on about things in the past. Apparently Norwich are winning 1-0, which I can find out very easily because I've got a controller. I can't do it with that. I've got a TV controller. I bet you all have as well. Oh, you modern people. You'll never sleep with modern people. They are leading 1-0 against Norwich as well. Playing in red. At Watford. I mean, I must admit, Watford were crap. Absolute crap against Chelsea, weren't they? Let's be honest. They really, really were. Let's link in. 300 people watching on Hot Mic. Give it a try. Willian's down the right-hand side. This could be 1-0 to Chelsea. It is. Terrible, terrible, terrible start by Crystal Palace. And Gary Cahill, I think, might be injured. Jammy goal by Chelsea, this. What a jammy goal. I haven't seen it coming back here, but there's a few people in the live comments saying it's a disgrace by Chelsea. Well, no, Willian doesn't know he's injured. It's just jam. You know, you can't. I don't think you can knock Chelsea, but basically Cahill would cover this, and his hamstring's gone. So Willian runs through, just passes it back to Giroud, and it's 1-0 to Chelsea. And what are they supposed to do? Willian should kick that out, play poor. He's got no intention of kicking it out, to be honest. It's a fluky goal. Look, when things are going your way, things are going your way. I'm not, again, I just think it's bad luck for Crystal Palace. Roy Hodgson looks like he's in a retirement home. Maybe he is, but it's just bad luck on Crystal Palace's part there, you know, and it's very good luck on Chelsea's part. So, ball down the flank. Cahill's chasing with Willian. His hamstring pops. Willian carries on. Massive advantage. Cuts it back and Giroud scores. And you're back into the area of is there any bad play by Chelsea? And I'd say I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think they can do. I don't think I would kick it out. I don't know what people think about that, but I think it's lucky. And Saka comes on for Crystal Palace. Cahill, one of Crystal Palace's best players as well. So a very lucky start for Chelsea. And as a Chelsea fan, Paul McLean says, I do feel sorry for him as a Chelsea fan. And look, you know, I think in relation to the goal, it's football, isn't it? Willian could have been 2-0 there. Palace need to get their heads together here. It's football, isn't it? Look, player goes down injured. You benefit from it. What are you going to do? Oh, I don't know what's gone on here. Oh, dear. Yeah, I don't blame Chelsea for going on and scoring. I would have done the same. It's just bad luck, isn't it? Bad luck. Or is it a Max fixing? Is it Max fixing? Can't get my fucking words out. Is it match fixing by Gary Cahill? Somebody said as a joke. Oh, and Chelsea nearly go 2-0 up. Zuma on the head. Well in control, Chelsea at the moment. Watford have equalised as well. They've got a goal against Norwich. Norwich's lifeline didn't last too long. You feel that they've got to score today. Sloppy start, says Rayan. It's a very sloppy start by Crystal Palace. And they lead 1-0 Chelsea. Cahill off, injured. Very lucky on Chelsea's part. But, you know, Saka scored a goal last week. Stop belittling him, says DAZDS. Mate, shut your face. That's all I've got to say to that. Unicorn Starhorn Love Roblox says, behalf of me and Liverpool fans, we're obsessed with you. Well, this channel's for everybody. I'm more than happy to talk sensible about anything. And like Spectre said, Saka is good, but he's no Greenwood. I've said on this show many a time that Saka at Arsenal is a good player, and I rate him. And I rated him ever since I saw him play against United in the autumn at Old Trafford on the left wing. I rate him. I think he's a really good player. I don't understand idiots. And we know what club we're talking about, and we especially know what fan channel we're talking about. I don't understand this idiotic, our player's better than your player when they're young players. And they wonder why they get bantered, because they come out with stupid comparisons. They don't even play in the same bloody position. Saka plays off the left. Greenwood plays up front off the right. They're not, it's just, they don't wind me up. They their fan base wonders why they get ripped apart all the time, and it's because of them gobby prats. They talk out their absolute arse. Could do with a good game from Zaha. Forget about Saka. We could do a game with Zaha. Greenwood is one of the best young talents, and I'm a Chelsea fan, says LC2. I tell you what, though, because this isn't the United stand. This is obviously That's Football, and you're all welcome on here. I think that this season's been massively exciting when you look at good play there by Mount. Lovely, lovely play by Mount there. They're on the break here. Willian. Still Chelsea. Mount bringing it forward again into Ross Barkley, and that's a foul. I think what's really exciting about the Premier League at the moment is that you've got Chelsea with a handful of young players coming through. Arsenal have got a few. United have got a few. Man City with Foden. Liverpool do have some younger players coming through, but let's not forget they've also had people like Trent Alexander-Arnold coming through as well. There seems to be a lot of younger players coming through, and I think that's really exciting. So, you know, if you want to take the background noise off, Adam, press the screen. You'll see the word sync, and you'll see the word more. Press more, and that's where you'll find the audio volume on hot mic if you don't want the crowd noise on. So free kick for Crystal Palace here. It's quite far out, so I don't think this will find the back of the net. But well, it's not that. It's not close to the box, but it's about. He's going to hit it. Ross Barkley puts it through the wall. We're 50 subscribers away from 179,000 on YouTube. So if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe if you are new, bottom right-hand corner. And let's see if we can get 179k tonight. We're on the road to 180k. So subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner to do that. Come on, Palace, says Lucas. Fati or Saka, says Harley. I haven't watched a lot of Fati at Barcelona, so I'd actually, you know, I'm gonna get ridiculed for this. But who's better, Ansu Fati or Saka at Arsenal? I'm gonna say Saka at Arsenal, basically, because I want to. You know, I've seen more of him. I haven't really seen anything of Fati, if I'm honest with you. Another corner for Chelsea here. They nearly scored from the last one. Willian, who's been on fire recently. I've jinxed it. It's a crap corner. See, Cave says Fati's so much better than Saka. I haven't watched anything of him. So Wyatt says he's definitely better. I'll take your words for it. But you can only judge on what you've seen. I loved what KG said about Bellingham on his fan cam the other day, and he said, I was so disappointed when we didn't get Bellingham at United, but I've never seen him play, so I don't know how good he is. But that's true, isn't it? That's the modern football fan. We do judge people on what's the word? Publicity, hype. You know, if you've not seen the player and you're disappointed you don't get them, are we just not transfer hypists? And I think we all are to a certain extent. Fati's way better. You see, I knew that would happen. Fati is better than Sancho, says Yazza Said. Crystal Palace on the attack, but they get a corner. Chelsea says, good, if Watford win today, then they will be 4 points ahead of Villa. Then Villa will be out of morale and will be easier to win against for us. Villa do need Watford not to win tonight. But I think Palace can get something out of this game. It's just unfortunate, if you want Palace to win or get something out of this game, that Chelsea got very lucky on the goal. Can't fault them. They took it well. It's just one of those things. You know, if there wasn't any luck in football would be a little bit boring, wouldn't it? You know, you do get lucky at times. Corner from Crystal Palace. Good tip away by Kepa. Mark, do you think Greenwood or Foden should win Premier League Young Player of the Year, or maybe Mount if he counts, says Michael Damon. Or maybe it's Damon. I think that I think Mason Greenwood's had a very good season. I do think he's had a very good season. I don't know what the candidates are for Young Player of the Year, though. When Fati cuts inside, it's a Fati boom boom, says Buster Nut. What's happened to Tammy Abraham, says Runak. Well, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I have watched Chelsea quite a lot recently, and Dawson scores for Watford. You see, their strikers don't score. He was the one who got the equaliser against Leicester, wasn't he, Dawson? Massive. That could be a massive goal in the fight for top four, by the way. Yeah, but I don't know why Tammy Abraham doesn't start. If you'd have said to me 4 or 5 months ago that Giroud would be playing up front, I wouldn't have believed you. I mean, Giroud's a very, very consistent player. I mean, some Arsenal fans are confused as to why they let him go, but he's been very poor, says CFC LGL. Well, there you go. Maybe that's the case. Maybe he's been a little bit poor. But Palace will be competitive in this game. No doubt about it. Free goal kick here from Kepa. Abraham's in horrible form, says All Sandwich 05. Chelsea aren't. Chelsea are doing very, very well at the moment. And they've got an early lead in this game. Early goals are always very important when you want to win a game. I know that sounds like a Michael Owen comment, but it's not. I mean, football is all about momentum and confidence. And if you can get an early goal for nothing. It's the same with United at the moment. I think when you're playing teams like Villa and Bournemouth, and we've got to play Palace as well, you get an early goal, they've got to open up a little bit. That's terrible. Terrible play by Ayew. He's in a really good position there to run into space and maybe slip Benteke in. And he plays a crap pass. Quality, you see. A lot of people saying Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to win Young Player of the Year. Yes, you're right. Yeah, you are right. I mean, as good as anybody's been, and look, as good as Greenwood's been, or anybody else you want to talk about, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's played for a team that's won the league. He's got a ridiculous amount of assists, and he's a right back. So he is going to win it. I don't think Rashford can win it, Hassan, because he's missed a large part of the season. Ethan Derrick says that Gilmar is a good talent. Yes, he is. He is. So we've had 18 minutes in this game. It's gone quite quick. We'll be having a drinks break in a minute. And a stretch. I like these drinks breaks because they remind me to stretch. Chelsea here. Super chat. Mark, strange question, says Michael Damon. Wait a minute. Mason Mounts into the box. And it's gone for a corner. What's your strange question? I've always wondered, don't you miss watching football with your family, or are they not are they not football fans? No, they're not. Not in my house. They're not. I live with my wife and my kids, and none of them watch football. So, probably a lot like you. That's probably why a lot of you watch the watch-alongs, to have some interactivity while you're watching it. Chelsea says, I think Wan-Bissaka's going to be the young player, or Trent, stable through the whole season. Yeah, I think Wan-Bissaka's a good shout. I do, but I don't think he will get it. I think if it's voted for by the players, I think it will be. It will definitely go to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Palace on the break here with Ayew. He's done a crap pass once before. It's a terrible cross, that. Quality. You notice this. It's the quality with these teams. They can get to decent situations, but they just don't think. Football intelligence, yes. Prediction for Arsenal versus Leicester. I don't even know what to go with in that game. I want Arsenal not to lose because massively helps Manchester United, and I really think that I still think Leicester, with Sheffield United and Spurs still to play. I mean, they've got Norwich to play; they'll win that. But Leicester got 3 games there that they could drop points in, starting with tonight. So I'm singing for Arsenal tonight, which is a very rare thing for me to do. But join me for I will do that watch along after this one. Little half an hour break between the two. Watch United stand preview for Villa. And then back on it for 8:15. I'm on it. I'm looking forward to it. Do you and Mad Marcus still talk? And will he ever be coming back on the United stand? Kind of miss him on the watch along, says Angry Bro. I haven't spoken to him in a long time, mate. He sort of goes through a stage of unblocking me and blocking me, and I don't really get what it is because we've never fell out, and we did and have spoken to the phone and text. So I don't know. I don't know what I've done there. Hi Mark, do you think Chelsea will sign Havertz? Says John Durant. I actually do. I mean, look, I'm covering all the bases here, but I did say that I thought that Havertz would go to Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, but it's becoming very apparent that Bayern Munich are not going to sign him, and I don't think Real Madrid can afford him. And if he doesn't want it, I think Bayern Munich want him to stay at Leverkusen for another year. But if he doesn't want to stay at Leverkusen for another year, it's another opportunity for Chelsea to take advantage of this market. And it's exactly what I wanted United to do, but probably didn't expect us to do. You know, when at the start of lockdown and we were like, oh, United could take advantage here and get 3 or 4 players that they wouldn't normally go for. Here's Van Aanholt coming forward. Good player he is. But Chelsea really have taken advantage of that, because I think if we hadn't had a financial crisis, Werner probably would have gone to Liverpool. Havertz probably would have gone to Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. But Chelsea have been able to get Werner, and they could get Havertz as well. And it's all because of coronavirus, which is not, you know, if you're a Chelsea fan, you can't say I'm glad we've had coronavirus because we've got Werner and Havertz. But ultimately, I think that is the reason you could get both those players. And, you know, Chelsea fans haven't asked for coronavirus, have they? If they benefit from a situation, it's not their fault, is it? It's this horrible virus's fault. The world is littered with business people taking advantage through, you know, of a bad situation. Look at them people. I saw them on the BBC the other day. They started up a sanitising hand gel business before coronavirus even hit. They were just starting it up. They've made like 30 million quid because of coronavirus. Now, if you said to those people, do you want coronavirus to happen so you make 30 million quid? They're going to say no if they've got anything decent about them. But them benefiting from it, is that a problem? They started a legitimate business and now it's made loads of money. Do you think there'll be more than 6 times, including Sheffield United and Wolves, can get in the mix to challenge the big boys for the title? Or until ultimately the gap of talent will be too much, says Blue FT216. I don't think Sheffield United or Wolves can challenge for the title. And I think that, thanks for the super chat, by the way, and I think we will see a restoration of the top 6 being the good teams. Yeah. Please share the video if you're watching on YouTube, by the way. There's a share button on Twitter and on Facebook. We're doing a double watch along tonight. It's very much about the battle for top 4 today. And also potentially a Europa League spot as well, because that's what Arsenal are going for. Crystal Palace hypothetically could do that. They'd have to start winning games. They've lost 4 in a row now. And subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. We're trying to get up to 179k. I'll have a look in a minute how we are when we get the drinks break, which is long overdue, but the ball just won't go out. Palace are on the attack here. Nice little flick there by Zaha. He's going to shoot from distance, which was a bit stupid, but it comes to Ayew on the right hand side. And he's gives it back, and now Chelsea have got a lot of players back. Mark, who's better, Greenwood or Lautaro Martinez, says Man United 7. I mean, I'm going to go Greenwood because I'm biased. I think that he actually is performing, but loads of people again would say Martinez. Will Mengi start versus Villa? Says AMK. Not a chance. Crystal Palace in the box. Ooh, came across to the back post. I think there might have been an offside anyway. But Crystal Palace showing that they can cause Chelsea problems. There will be a drinks break now. It's 1-1 in the other game. Let me just flick over to it, actually. What? I don't want to watch ITV News. That's not my last channel I've been on. Cheeky get. I don't like Sky as much as I used to like Virgin. My last channel should be my last channel, not this. 1-1, Watford and Norwich. They've had their water break and they're knocking the ball about now at the moment, which is what you would expect to see. Water break in the other game. Stretch, Mark, says Mustafa. Yeah, we're going to stretch. We're going to stretch. We are going to stretch, actually. So double whammy tonight. Double bubble football. Love it. Don't you just love having the football back? To be honest with you, I am already out of the groove of just watching every single game. I did that for the first week, and now I'm like, nah, I'm not watching every game. Like Everton Spurs last night. Give me a break. What does it even matter? None of them are going to get top 4 and none of them are going to get relegated. So, not interested in that. Not interested in that at all. But very interested in Leicester and Arsenal tonight. I'm very interested in this game. Top 4 race. Unlucky on Gary Cahill there. Chelsea are leading 1-0 because of a lucky goal for Chelsea in many ways. Look, I think even Chelsea fans will say they got lucky there, but everyone gets lucky, don't they? I'm not being critical of them, and it's not a great goal. It's a ball into the right-hand side. Cahill's running with Willian. Cahill's hamstring goes. He has to fall over. And Willian just cuts inside, unopposed, to pass it back to Giroud to make it 1-0. Charlie Barnett, thank you for the super chat there. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner on YouTube. We've hit 179k, so I'm going to change that. Also, I'm trying to get up to 5,000 followers on Hot Mic tonight. So whether you've tried it or not, please give it a download. Mark363, links in the video description. It's on Apple and Android. And when you've downloaded it, give me a follow, Mark Goldbridge. Let's see if we can get up to 5,000. Give it a try as well. It's the same as YouTube. You've got a live chat. You can sync in. You get a bit of crowd noise. I think we have got a Hot Mic Massive. We've got 300 people watching on there, and some people absolutely love it. I think it's worth giving it a try just to see what you think about it. But we've kicked off again now after the water break, and we are looking... why is that not there? Oh, I've done that as well. Idiot. Right, Willian's bringing the ball forward here for Chelsea. Next goal's key in this game. I think if Chelsea get the second one, there's no coming back for Palace. Oh, you know what? Timing's key, isn't it? Timing's key. Pulisic has just put it in the top corner. And it's a good goal, that is. And to be honest, Chelsea are looking very good for top four. They're looking very, very good for top four, to be fair. It's 2-0. Willian again with another assist. Great finish by Pulisic. And Chelsea 2-0 up. Willian's got to be in-form player in Europe at the moment. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's two more assists for Willian. I think, how many goals and assists has Willian got? Can somebody let me know? How many goals and assists has Willian got in the last... since lockdown? It's something ridiculous. And again, another goal after the drinks break. There's got to be a stat around that as well. There's a lot... United benefited from this at the weekend, where we were 1-0 down. We had the drinks break and we scored 2 goals really, really quickly. And I know... the Sheffield United manager was moaning about this and saying that, you know, it's not meant to be a team talk. But I think I didn't even know that was a rule. I've always seen managers having a team talk, and I think, well, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? But it's 2-0 to Chelsea, and they are starting to go through the gears. See a pattern in with you, Mark. You use United players in sentences. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, and it doesn't matter really, says Chelsea Houseland. Well, I got absolutely cut out there. Tanaka says he's got 9 goals and 11 assists. He definitely hasn't got that since lockdown. I'm saying how many goals and... Oh, in fact, look, I'll just do it myself. It's very easy to do this. So Chelsea are actually up to 3rd tonight with 60 points. But I can tell you now that if we go back to the... It's not going to tell me how many assists he's got, is it? I don't know. I can't figure it out. I thought I could figure it out, but I can't. Corner to Chelsea here. They're 2-0 up, and... as things stand, they go up to 3rd in the league with 60 points, 5 points ahead of Manchester United, 2 points ahead of Leicester. And I think Chelsea have got into the groove at exactly the right time. Muzzy Lions, taking a break from writing an album with my drummer Gavin O'Brien to watch the watch along with you. You're a legend. Thanks, Muzzy Lions. I hope the album's going well. Got an album name? And Willian is playing like he's auditioning for a talent show, says Nick P. Well, he's definitely auditioning. I don't know what he's auditioning for, but he ain't this good. Like, I would not want Willian at Manchester United. I've said it many times. And to be honest with you, a lot of Chelsea fans don't want him at their club, but he's a massive reason why you're going to get top 4. He's been unbelievable. 3 goals and 4 assists, says LCT. It is ridiculous. I think Pulisic has got an annoying face as well. I think it's because he's scored. One player at Man United from Championship, who would it be and why? I don't watch enough of the Championship, Charlie Bennett. I'm not going to even bullshit you. I don't watch enough of it. Bellingham, but we're not getting him. Get in, come on, Chelsea and Leicester, says Ben Benson. And Pulisic near post glitch, says Mudiaga. Yep. And yeah, it would be Bellingham for me. A lot of people are going with that. Josh says he loves Willian. And cheers Jordan Sinclair's on the middle of a run. And Mike says Pulisic has got a very punchable face. I bet he doesn't if you're a Chelsea fan. And welcome to SCW Wadey, latest member of the That's Football Members Club. Thanks for joining there. Dara says Pulisic is on fire. I think Willian's the best player for Chelsea that I've seen over the last few games, and I've watched a lot of them. Ziyech will replace Willian. Willian's just putting on a show to get a move away. He's been a great player for us, but sadly inconsistent, says Bearded Monkey. Great run by Pulisic. Willian, good save by the keeper. Nearly got his goal there. Palace are a bit all over the place at the moment, and Chelsea are playing with confidence. Yeah, this is what I was going to say about Willian. For me, he's probably the informed player in Europe at the moment, but there must be an element of frustration, but grateful frustration from Chelsea, because I know for a fact that Willian does not play like this. This is the problem with Willian. He's playing consistently superb at the moment because he wants a move. He's out of contract in the summer, but he hasn't played like this for Chelsea for the last 2 years. On his day, he can be brilliant, but if you go back through Twitter over the last 2 years and Chelsea fans about Willian, they're slagging him off all the time because he's Mr. Inconsistent, and then because he needs a move, he's focused, and that's a very frustrating thing for any football fan, really. If you've got a player that on their day is fantastic, but they're inconsistent, and then when they want a contract, they become fantastically consistent, you think, well, what's that all about? And, oh, look, it's a Brazilian player again doing it. I mean, I don't know why Brazilian players... I mean, look, I don't even think it's stereotypical. There's a lot of Brazilian players. I mean, Chelsea had two, Ramirez and Oscar, mid-20s, off to China for money. And I don't know what it is. There's quite a few Brazilian players that are like that. They are absolutely superb. But it's almost like when they're playing for money, they play better. And they'll go and follow the money. And Willian is one of those players, I'm afraid, that absolutely brilliant. I've been saying it every Chelsea watch-along I've done. He's been brilliant for a month for Chelsea. But he hasn't been brilliant for the last 2 years. And everybody knows he wants a move and a new contract because he's out of contract. And you think, well, these players, are they not just mercenaries then? Are they not just mercenaries that when it matters he can just play like this week in, week out? But for the last 2 years he hasn't done that for Chelsea. He's very hit and miss. So it must be a bit frustrating. And this is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is trying to do at United. He doesn't want those bad apples. He wants people who are playing for the shirt consistently, game in, game out. I've got friends getting into the Premier League in Chelsea because of Pulisic. Of course, it drives me nuts, says Daniel Luciano. Thanks for the super chat. Jordan Such says, what do you make of Gilmour, Mark? Haven't you seen enough of him yet? I wouldn't look. I probably haven't seen Gilmour of Chelsea play 6 games yet. I've seen him play a bad game, and I've seen him play 2 or 3 good games. I think he's an exciting player for the future. Michael Damon, Mark, the Premier League is out to get me. They knew my exams are in June through to July and decided to start the Premier League then so that I would fail. It's a conspiracy against me. What a goal! What a goal by Wilfried Zaha! Back of the net, boom shakalak and all that. That's the goal of the Premier League season, and Roy's happy. He's very happy. He's very, very happy. But what a hit by Zaha out of absolutely nothing. That is sensational. What a hit. I've got to watch it back again. It comes to him, centre of the pitch. He picks it up about 35 yards out. And it's, I don't know whether Kepa's at fault, actually. The ball moves around a lot. But what a hit by Wilfried Zaha. Keeper's got to do better, really. Kepa is crap. It's a great... What a hit by Zaha, but Kepa's crap. It moves around. And Pulisic is injured here. I think it's going to be a yellow card. But, woo! Game on. Game on. Chelsea have done very, very well, but that's the sort of thing you need if you're Crystal Palace. Something out of nothing just to get you back in the game. And, well, it certainly gives us a game to watch now. I felt that 2-0, it was probably out of Palace's reach, but just shows you how quickly football can change around. And Wilfried Zaha showing his quality there. It's a very good hit, and the ball does move around, but I must admit, I think if I'm a keeper, I'm expected to save that, I think. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh. I'll certainly know if De Gea lets that in. United fans are going to go apeshit. 2-1. Game on. This is what we came here for, everybody. So what did you think about the goal, everyone? I just think he's not big enough. I just don't think he's big enough. But a lovely hit by Zaha. Chelsea still looking like a threat on every attack at the moment, though. And Crystal Palace still really to get a foothold in this game. They've got the ball here, though. There's a Crystal Palace player down injured again. And Daniel Luciano says, this came before my other comment. Interesting, we're run like a business and don't go after Pulisic. Thought he'd be the perfect buy with all the American attention he gets. I don't know why United didn't go for Pulisic. I'm a little confused myself. Because, yeah, the American market, and he's a fantastic player as well. You're not just buying a player to sell shirts in America. You're actually buying a player who is definitely good enough to play in the Premier League and be a very good player in the Premier League. So I don't know why United didn't go for him, really. Yeah, I do think that I think it's a fantastic hit by Zaha, but I think the keeper could have done better. Thanks, Vignesh, for the cool sticker. Willian on the attack here for Chelsea. Love the jeans, says Sean. Thanks. I don't really wear jeans. I don't know why I've got jeans on today. I've been wearing tracksuit bottoms for about 3 months. That shot was perfect for a De Gea save, says Daniel Luciano. Yeah, it's a tip over the bar, isn't it? I don't know why Kepa. I can understand the ball moving, but it's not even the ball movement. He's not jumped high enough. That's what I'm trying to say. David Luiz, who do you support? Says Ethan Derrick. Pulisic is an overrated golden boy. Says David Luiz belongs in a bin. I agree with that. But Willian again. Look at the work rate of Willian. I tell you what, he's starting to annoy me, and I'm not even a Chelsea fan. He's starting to annoy me. He's defending. He's attacking. He's if he was playing for Barcelona, you'd think he's Messi. Like, he's everywhere. But as I said, it's because he's out of contract in the summer and he's looking for a move. He wants to be man of the match every day. So everyone goes, oh, let's get Willian and give him 300 grand a week. Pulisic reminds me of Hazard, says Road to Dawn. Thanks for the super chat. And Wyatt says that Pulisic is going to reach Salah and Mane levels. I think Chelsea will still win this game. I think Palace have just got a goal. It's like a goal on the break, really, isn't it? They need a better goalkeeper. I tell you this, I don't know how many Chelsea fans we've got watching, but you do need a better goalkeeper. Not just because of tonight, but I don't rate him at all. I don't. Jonathan Foster says it's going to be a draw. From a United point of view, I hope it is. A quiz for you, Mark. Did you know the game McTominay, Jones and Matic was a back three and the result says Chelsea Husland? The only time I can think of McTominay in the back three was West Ham, but I don't remember us playing Matic there as well. Hi, Mark. Just want to say I'm a huge fan. This is Free Smoke TV. Thanks for the super chat, mate. And thank you to Richie Wild. Please subscribe if you're new on YouTube. Bottom right-hand corner. We are doing Leicester-Arsenal. I think that's going to be a very interesting game tonight. It's the pick of the two. And I will be celebrating wildly for Arsenal goals because this is the game where I think Leicester can drop the points and we can go ahead of them on Thursday night. I expect to see Manchester United in the top four on Thursday night. At the moment, we've got 55 points. Leicester have got 58 points. Chelsea have got 60 points. If Leicester drop points tonight and lose, United... Well, no, we wouldn't be in the top four anyway. It's a big step towards the top four, basically. Because we're 3 points behind Leicester, but they've got the better goal difference. So as long as we beat Leicester, we'd be level on points with them. But if anybody else takes more points off them and we beat Leicester, we'd go above them. Chelsea at the moment still fighting off. If you're interested in what Chelsea's final few fixtures are, I think they're almost home and hosed for top four because they've got Norwich after this they've got Sheffield United on Saturday, which I think they might win. They've then got Norwich, which they will win. And then they've got Liverpool and Wolves, which is quite a tough end to the season for them. Leicester have got Bournemouth on Sunday, Sheffield United, Spurs and United. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, God, I get tired on lockdown. I do. I get tired on lockdown. How did Chelsea get Pulisic with the transfer ban? Says Frank West. I think they got him just before, didn't they? Shuna, Chantal, Wadi, welcome to the That's Football Club. Thanks for joining. And should United activate Depay's buyback clause, even if it's for a bench role? Says Mariano Morsa. Nah, I don't think Memphis Depay should come back to Manchester United. Mohammed says do the Harry Kane voice. And Mark, Salah, Sterling or Mahrez? Says Franco Zero. I've always been a big fan of Salah, to be honest, apart from the fact that he wears a Liverpool shirt. I do think he's a fantastic player. I think Mane's been brilliant this year, and I'm a big fan of Mahrez, but I think it's got to be a Salah or Mane, and I probably would go for Salah out of the two. If he says, Mark, a friend of mine who is a Chelsea supporter has been trying to convince me that Pulisic would start in the United 11. I told him he's a lunatic. Thoughts? I think Pulisic can be a great player, but I wouldn't start him in a United team at the moment, not with our front three. I wouldn't. And I know Chelsea fans would. Of course they would. It's their player. But as an honest Man United fan here, and maybe there is a bit of bias in that, I wouldn't start Pulisic over Rashford or Martial or Greenwood, no. Batbridge and Harry Bain. I'm Harry Bain, and my immortal enemy is Batbridge. But I score goals, and I can beat Batbridge. But Mourinho is fucking up my career. The boring, negative, park-bussing cunt. Oh, that's terrible from Harry Kane. Awful. He doesn't need to use that word. Mark, did you enjoy the Flex and KG show today? Says Raja. No, I'll be honest with you. I'm saving half of it for my bath later because I've only watched the first half an hour. So yeah, I am looking forward to watching the rest of it. Somebody just says, "Where's everybody watching from tonight?" And Kyle Lutus, I must clarify this. I mistakenly said on a previous watch-along that head-to-head, oh my God, Cross came in and nearly went in for off the bar. He's awful. Kepa's crap, isn't he? He really is crap. I mistakenly said before, I've got people watching from Boston and Wickham and India and Sweden, all over the world, global, which is fantastic. But the ball went out there anyway. I mistakenly read the Premier League website, and I think it's badly written because it makes it sound like head-to-head battle is the thing that will be decided on, but it's head-to-head after goal difference. So goal difference is still obviously important. Would be nice if it was a different person on with Flex, says Mizanor. Well, it was. And who do you think will be the record signing this summer? Says Kevin De Bruyne. Sancho to United. Free kick on Benteke. Zuma. Sancho to Liverpool, says Azim. Look, I'm not laughing at Liverpool's ability to sign Jadon Sancho. I'm laughing at the fact that you clearly won't do it because you haven't got the money. And I don't know why you haven't got the money. But I know for a fact that Liverpool wanted Werner and they backed out because they couldn't pay 49 million. So I don't get what's going on at Liverpool. They didn't buy anybody last year. And they're not buying anybody this year. It's weird. I don't know whether we've got any Liverpool fans on who can explain what's going on with your financial situation. I was stunned that you didn't pay 49 million for Werner. He was easily worth it. Maybe it's a bit of a fear about coronavirus or something, because if Lindelof cannot make the squad, can Bay perform to the current standard? It now looks like United also need a centre-back this summer, says Venkat. Lindelof trained today, so I think he will play. If he didn't play, you'd have to play Bay, yeah. They did buy Minamino, Druv, but they only paid about 7 million for him. Does Aubameyang get in the United team, says Broski? Oh, well, you're just setting me up for a clip here that Arsenal fans are going to go mad about. Does Aubameyang get in a United team? I really like Aubameyang, but I wouldn't put him in the United team. And I'm not saying that because he's not better than what we've got. I don't actually think he is. But obviously there's going to be a massive element of bias here. If you said to an Arsenal fan, would you rather have Aubameyang on the left or Rashford, or Aubameyang down the middle or Martial? They're going to say Aubameyang, aren't they? But as a United fan, I ain't dropping Rashford or Martial for Aubameyang, so no. Cross comes in from Palace, headed straight at the keeper. Chelsea dropped off a little bit here just before half-time. They're going to have to get a second wind in the second half. Nathan Ake would be a beautiful centre-back. Beautiful centre-back for United, says Mariano Morsa. There you go. Thanks for the super chat there. So we've got 4 minutes added on in this half. I can't think why. Probably the injury to Cahill, actually. And it's a throw into Chelsea. What's happening with Havertz, Mark, says AMA? Well, I think it's looking good for Chelsea. If Chelsea can... If Havertz decides he wants to move this summer, I think the only place he's going to go is Chelsea, because I don't think anyone else is bidding for him. Do I think Arsenal will sign Partey, says LS05? I think there's too much noise around that. I actually think they will. You know, Guendouzi's a player that they're looking to move on. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Super chat from Martin Mason. He says, this is not pretty football. Anything could happen yet. Both sides can be caught by the ball over the top. An Arsenal versus Leicester score prediction, says Adam Schneider. Look, United fans are putting their faith in Arsenal tonight. We need Arsenal to take points off Leicester. Is it ever wise to put faith in Arsenal? All I'm saying is I want Arsenal to win, or at least draw. But would I predict it? God, no. I do rate Harry Maguire, but sometimes he looks like what Sir Alex expected Phil Jones to be, minus being good in the air. Lindelof has more about him, says Blake III. Thanks for the super chat. Tyler Allsop says, I think if Chelsea win, United will play better because they will have more determination to get top four. Well, we seem to have got rid of the whole, if Chelsea drop points, we drop points, because they obviously dropped points against West Ham, but we beat Brighton, so, and then we've beaten Bournemouth as well. So United seem to have got rid of that thing where the door opens to top four and then we lose as well, or we draw as well. Here is Pulisic into Mason Mount. Chelsea looking a bit more fluid on the attack for the first time in a while. Out to Reece James. I think United against Chelsea is going to be a brilliant semi-final, by the way, in the FA Cup. And ultimately, I think if you said to both clubs, would you rather get top four or win the FA Cup semi-final? As a United fan, I'd rather get top four. But I still think it'd be a good semi-final. Free kick to Chelsea here. Pulisic, they're saying he dived. Good little bit of running. I think there was a little bit of contact, and I think he took the contact and got the free kick. Mark, FSG don't spend money if they don't need to, says Sem Mutaladundwa. Yeah, but I thought that the Liverpool owners were very, very popular. Views on Lingard and Jones to West Ham, says Lee B. Let's watch what happens with this corner. Cross, sorry, cleared, but Chelsea still got it. And I think that's half time. Yeah, half time. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. What's happened to Angel Gomez? We don't know, Adil. He's left Man United, but he hasn't decided where he's going yet. You don't have to. He's got a bit of time to think about that. And Mark, out of our remaining league games, which fixture do you see as tricky, or do you expect us to win all of them comfortably, says Jordan Such? United have got West Ham, Palace, Leicester, Villa and Southampton. I think Southampton, Palace and Leicester are the trickier games, Leicester being the trickiest game of all. But I would expect United, with the 11 that they've got, to keep winning. Yeah, we're doing very, very well. We've not hit 180,000 subscribers yet, George Nichols, but please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. And also, please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner, YouTube. Just very quickly on that comment that was mentioned there, I think it was in the Independent, David Moyes being linked to Phil Jones and Jesse Lingard if West Ham stay up. Look, I'd love that to happen. I'd love it to happen. And I actually think people who are laughing about that are wrong, because I do think that that he could do a really good job at. Look, I think that Jesse Lingard at West Ham could be an interesting signing, and I know he gets a lot of stick, but not for 1 minute do I think that Jesse Lingard couldn't do a good job at West Ham or Bournemouth or Norwich or Southampton or Newcastle. I just don't think he's a top 4 player, and I think we've seen that. So I would be interested. Phil Jones, look, I don't know. Are you very confident of the big Sancho deal, says Shivashan Pandey. I'm 8 out of 10, which is quite confident. And Mark, did you speak to your guy this afternoon, says Sean. Yes, I did. I got an update on the United stand at 7:45, so watch out for that video. Please give us a follow if you're watching on Hot Mic, and I can shout out some people who do that, because unlike YouTube, it actually tells me when someone follows us. If you want to download Hot Mic, we're trying to get up to 5,000 followers tonight. The link's in the video description. It's on Apple and Android. Invite code Mark363. I've just been followed by Tim and Jack. Thank you very much. And there's a live chat on there. You get the same visual as you get on YouTube, and you can sync your TV in perfectly by pressing the sync button, turning the audio on for both, pressing sync, and it will sync automatically exactly with what's happening on the screen and what I'm saying. So give that a go. Welcome to Jeffrey Barrett and Cody and Cupcake Mates and Joe 2005 and Jeffrey Barnett. I know what you're doing now, Jeffrey. Right, okay, let's have a look at what's going on in the live comments. Top 10 players post-lockdown, according to you, Mark. Top 10? I think that's very difficult. I mean, certainly Willian's in there, Bruno Fernandes is in there, Mason Greenwood's in there. I'd put Saka of Arsenal in there. I mean, Arsenal are on a good run at the moment. I mean, the only blip that Arsenal have had, I'm trying to think what's the only blip that Arsenal have had after lockdown. Oh, Maupay's won it at the end! I can't think what it was, but yeah, I think they did lose a game, didn't they, Arsenal? Quite an embarrassing one, but apart from that, they've done quite well, and I hope it continues tonight. I really do hope that it continues tonight. I'd love to see Palace get back into the game. I think Chelsea are looking good. I think Chelsea are looking very good on the attack, and I feel that if the more likely team to score again is Chelsea, but if Palace could get something out of tonight, that would be a big help for United and the chasing pack. I mean, look, the reality is Arsenal fans do think that they can get top 4. I mean, call them deluded, you're probably right, but they do. And I think if they beat Leicester, I mean, let's have a look at that. How about Lingard and Jones for Diop or Rice, says Shrinfazin Sridhar. If West Ham wanted to do that. I only just got here. How was the first half, do you think? Says Extract Plays. A decent first half. Chelsea in the lead because of an injury to Cahill. I think they've got every right to play on, and they did, and they went 1-0 up. Then a good bit of skill by Pulisic to front post glitch, as you say on FIFA, just straight after the drinks break. And then a fantastic hit by Zaha from a long way out. But I think the keeper, I know the ball moves, but when you watch it back at half time, the reason I'm blaming Kepa is it's not about the ball movement, it's about the height. He doesn't jump high enough. The ball movement's fine, but there's still a gap like that above his leap. Like, even if the ball doesn't move, he's not saving it because there's a gap above his height. So you watch that back as they show it back at half time. Can Arsenal catch the top 4? Well, if Arsenal won tonight, they would go to 52 points and Leicester would be on 58 points. That's a 6-point gap. They could catch Leicester. I don't think they'll catch Chelsea and United. And that's what top 4 is going to be all about. But Arsenal will believe if they win tonight that they can do it. And I think that... Brendan Rodgers has come out and said that he's got no doubt his team can secure a return to the Champions League. And they've looked a lot better against Palace at the weekend, Leicester. So Arsenal, look, I'm not confident Arsenal will win tonight. I just want them to win. Wishing the Woolwich Arsenal all the best for tonight. Up the Gunners. I think that's what they say, says Nick P. And Derek McKinley says, are you worried your children will get abused in school over your YouTube? If I was a kid, it's something I would use to pick on them. Well, you're a lovely guy, aren't you, Derek? Absolutely lovely. Weird. 1, weird to be thinking about my kids, and 2, wanting to pick on kids. I mean, where are you? Just go. Go away and find somewhere for you to live in a hole that, whatever website it is that you people dwell upon. Someone check the computer out. Weird. Just weird. And Mark, do you know Jesse Lingard's Instagram story had you in it? Says Anch. I did. Fair play. Fair play. I don't know where my mask is. Oh, here it is. I was on it because of this. Which actually, I look even cooler on here. I look proper cool now. I wouldn't be able to do this long before I pass out. But yeah, look at that. That's what so I posted a picture of myself in this. Jesse Lingard's doing these face masks where all the contributions go to the NHS. So I was like, yeah, I'll have some of that. And I posted it on Instagram and I got on his story. So I could do Harry Kane. I'm Harry Kane. Oh, this is brilliant. We don't even need to use my hand anymore. Yes, see what I mean though with the Zaha shot. Watch the Zaha shot here. And it's not about ball movements. It's about the height. He doesn't jump high enough. You can moan about the movement of the ball. He doesn't jump high enough. And that's why it is his fault. It's not the ball. Look, any goalkeeper can get beaten by the movement of the ball. But he doesn't jump high enough. Watch that. Do you think Mason Greenwood could fail to live up to his full potential, says Samuel? Oh, anybody can do that. Here we go. Watch it again. He doesn't jump high enough. He's got to save that. Why do I think Arteta will be so class for Arsenal, says Rafa. Well, you know, Rafa Moura, well done. If that's what you think, well done. I've got no problem. I think Arteta could be good for Arsenal. I think you're going to need potatoes. You're going to need patience, though. I don't know when City's plan does get overturned, Lewis. And do you think City... Yeah, so I don't know about that. Did you have Greenwood on Football Index, says Josh Dixon. Yes, I did. I haven't done my Football Index for ages. I haven't even looked at it for ages. I'm Harry Byrne. I'm the enemy of Mark Goldbridge. And I will... He keeps telling me I'm crap because I play for Mourinho. But give me the chances and I will finish them. Because I'm Harry Byrne. And I will take over the Premier League again. Even though I'm playing with Mourinho. And he's a negative tit. Right, I'm starting to get a bit hot now. Take it off. Matt Henley says Arteta's doing well with what he's got. I agree with you on that one. I do agree with you on that. Career mode's back tomorrow, Corey. Double watch along tonight. Crystal Palace, Chelsea, and then Leicester, Arsenal. Or Arsenal. I keep saying Leicester, Arsenal. It's Arsenal, Leicester. It's at their place, isn't it? Right. We are coming up for the second half. 2-1 to Chelsea. Can Crystal Palace get back into it? City will win the appeal, says SL Jones. I think we're all expecting that, aren't we? And Noah's just seen his dog fighting the wall. And Jack McLean says, please describe the second Chelsea goal. So Willian has it around the centre, just outside the box, feeds it out wide left to Pulisic, who shoots it into the top left-hand corner on the near post. Good finish. Good finish. Would you consider buying Rooney on career mode, and if not, why? Says Bang and McGillin. I don't think that. I think he's too old, really. Probably. I do want to get some regens though when they retire, but they're hard to get in the first 2 years, aren't they? What's hot, Mike? Says Shawla. Well, links in the video description. Download it. It's free. It's on Apple and Android. It's an app where you can watch the watch along with a bit of crowd noise, and you can sync it in with your TV, so you're exactly what I'm saying is what you're seeing on the TV. It's got an amazing bit of technology that does that for you. All you have to do is press sync and it will do it for you. It doesn't matter whether you're watching English football or you're watching it on English commentary or American or Norwegian, it does it for you. Use the invite code Mark363. And if you're intrigued, there are a lot of people watching on there in the live chat. If you are intrigued, then give it a go. And make sure that you use the invite code Mark363 and give me a follow on there because I'm trying to get up to 5,000. Video description. Mark363 invite code. Flex KG show awesome. Let's do it every week, please, says Shiraj. Yeah, a lot of people seem to enjoy that. I haven't watched it all yet. Hassan says Hot Mic is great. And do you rate Calvin Phillips from Leeds, says Shaf. I don't watch Leeds, so I can't actually say that I do think he's great because I don't watch Leeds because they're a United rival, so I wouldn't get any enjoyment out of that. Willie on Hot Mic has tipped us, and he says, do you think this season has been the worst ever in the Premier League? Well, I think that's a very good question. Chelsea gave Kepa a 7-year contract, says Obed. I think he needs to. I think he knows to go. I think he needs to go back to. What is Mark's Twitch? United Stand. The United Stand. We're on Twitch. He needs to go to Spain, Kepa, I think. That's just what I think. We're only 100 followers away from 5,000 on Hot Mic. Please, just if you're on YouTube, just download the app, invite code Mark363 and follow me. Don't use it after that if you don't want to. It'd be nice to hit 5,000 though, but do take a look at it. Zach says, Mark, on Hot Mic, it allows you to leave the app and it keeps playing, unlike YouTube. There you go. It keeps playing. Even if you leave YouTube, it will go off your phone. On Hot Mic, it stays on. You can keep listening to it even when you close it. And it keeps saying that my TV is ahead. Any advice, guys, says Matthew. Press the sync button. Press my face on Hot Mic. There'll be a sync button. Turn the volume on for your football. Keep my volume on. Press sync. Hold them up together. It will listen and then it will do a green tick and then you're synced in perfectly. That's how it works. De Gea is Spanish, so should he go to Spain as well? Says Mo. No. Kepa should go back to Spain because he's Spanish and he's shit. De Gea is proven in the Premier League. Can you check my super chat above? Director of Football, says Michael Damon. Daniel Gibson. Mark, if Gomez doesn't receive the money he feels he deserves from another club and signs a new deal at United, how would you feel about that? I wouldn't say it can't happen, but I would say that it would be quite a step down for him to do that. For Manchester United to allow him to come back when he's actually said that he wants to leave. And it makes him look a little bit weak as well. Oh, I'm off, but now I'm coming back because no one else will give it me. Tyler Allsop says Hot Mic is so underrated. They love it on there. The Hot Mic massive. They absolutely love it. I think if I was in the live chat on YouTube, I'd at least give it a try. I am trying to get to 5,000. Bigger than Dan James' dance was Pogba laughing and smiling ear to ear. Let's get that contract, be like a new signing and keep the core together. It's Daniel Luciano. Well, the players are coming out on the pitch. What's going to happen tonight is we've got the second half of Crystal Palace against Chelsea. At 7:45, I'm on United Stand doing a Villa preview, but also a big update on Jack Grealish. That is on the United Stand. And then I'll be back on here with Arsenal versus Leicester for kickoff at 7:45. So a big night of football. I hope you're going to join me for it. Lots and lots to discuss. And look, will it be a good night for United and the chasing pack? Or will it be a strong night for Leicester and Chelsea? And I tell you what, if Chelsea win tonight and Leicester win tonight, that puts them that step closer to getting those 2 top 4 spots. Jack McLean says, get the stretchers out. And Arsenal top 4 next season. That's my dream, says Lucas. I don't think, and it's nothing to do with banter, and it's nothing to do with hate, and it's nothing to do with anything. I don't think, for this, look, I don't think United can win the title next year, and I don't think Arsenal can get top 4 next year. And the reason for that is I think it's too much, too soon. I think patience is very important for both fan bases. And I think in United's case, I just don't think over a season they've got enough experience, consistency and quality to win a title yet. I think they could get in if they can get in or about and still be in contention around March time. I think that's a massive step forward for them. And that's what they should be looking to do over the next 2 years. And the same thing for Arsenal. I don't think they've got enough quality, consistency to get top 4. Even if Arteta improves them, I just don't think he's got... I've always said this about Arsenal. As an outsider, that you can sack and complain about all the managers you like. But the reality is your squad is not good enough. From an outsider, it's not good enough. You've got 3 or 4 really good players. You've got 3 or 4 good players coming through. But you haven't got enough, quality in that team. You just haven't. And I think you will continue to drop points next season. Until the owners actually get rid of some of the crap and bring some... It's very similar to United a year ago when Ollie came in. You've got to spend some money and get 3 or 4 good players in. And you've got to start to get the deadwood out. Mark, can Leicester stay in the top 6 next season? Says Turner DeMott. Well... If Leicester keep all their players and they invest, they can still be a threat, yeah. Decent cross in there from Reece James, I think it was. And it's in the keeper's arms, which I think is a great name for a pub. And Johnny says, I think it's going to be a Chelsea win, but a Leicester loss, in my opinion. Nearly 8,000 watching on YouTube. Please keep sharing the video and on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we are on that road to 180,000. That road. 180,000, which is a big target for the channel. So please subscribe if you're new. Hi Mark, I've just binged Harry Potter. Which is your favourite, says Michael E. Bloody hell, that must have took you a couple of days. I always quite liked Azkaban, really. Prisoner of Azkaban. I think the first two are a little bit childish because they are very young, and then I think the Azkaban one is where it starts to go a little bit dark and sinister, which is more for the adult audiences. So, yeah. And when I say adult audiences, I don't mean like rude things. I mean like, you know, it's there's a little bit more death and stuff in it. So, which actually, if you speak to J.K. Rowling, which I never do, that was the whole purpose of it, wasn't it? To be for it to grow as a series so that it starts quite timid and childish and grows into something more adult. Thoughts on Simon Stone saying we've got 50 million limit per player, says Kyle Lutas, which has been deleted. So I don't think it's true. Chelsea on the attack here with Willian. Overlap to Reece James. Could be a goal. Oh, Crystal Palace nearly scoring. I don't know why he's playing on there because there was a clear foul on a Crystal Palace player and now it's been given for a further foul. Chelsea. Barkley from a long way out shoots wide. Could have been 2-0 there. Hit the back of Pulisic's foot from the cross. Crystal Palace here, dinking it over to the back post. He's in the box here. Zaha, cut back. Ooh. It's going to be hard for Palace to get back in this game, but I really do think that they can. I can't believe that Spain ever picked Kepa over De Gea. I mean, it just shows you how badly De Gea fell off, because to pick Kepa, I think he's absolutely. And I know my dad's a Chelsea fan as well. He don't rate him. I know loads of Chelsea fans who don't rate him. Benteke's due a goal, says Mouldy Balls 90, and do an England versus West Indies watch along, says Darcy Harris. Oh, I could never do cricket. How do you do a cricket watch along? You need a bed. I used to love Sacco when he was at Liverpool, actually, because he always has a mistake in him, doesn't he? Again, look, he's a prime example of why Liverpool and Klopp have done so well. They've removed those players. You know, you think about people like Sacco and Karius and people like that. He removed the players that were making the 3 or 4 mistakes a season. And when you do that, you don't make those mistakes. I haven't watched the Friday Night Lights, Stuart Kelly. I don't know what that's all about. And we've got a super chat here from Willian's got the ball in the face. Jordan Such, Mark, last season Spurs finished 4th, having lost 13 games. At the moment, Chelsea are 4th, having lost 10. Why do you think it is teams are losing so many games but in the top 4? That goes back to a very good question we had on Hot Mic about, is this the worst Premier League season? Has it been a crap Premier League season? And I wanted to answer that one, and I purposely kept it back for the second half when the game slows down a bit, which it is at the moment because of the ball whacking Willian on the face. Oh, that would hurt. That would really wind me up if I got that in the face. But what do you think about the Premier League this season? You've got to be very careful because Liverpool fans get very defensive about this. But look, Liverpool deserve to win the league, and I think Liverpool would have won the league in most of the last 20 Premier League seasons if they played like this, because their consistency has been brilliant. But they wouldn't have as many points as they've got in most of the last 20 Premier League seasons, because they are playing in a league that's just massively full of crap, inconsistent sides. And I include Man United in that. Until we got Bruno, we were awful. I mean, we lost to West Ham, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Watford, Burnley, drawing against teams like Villa and losing to Crystal Palace as well. We lost so many points. And Chelsea have done the same. And Man City have done the same. And, you know, it's been a really bad, inconsistent, transformational Premier League season. And it's been a perfect season for Liverpool because they have been at their peak, with their best players at their peak, playing great football, and they've deserved to win the league. But it's been a terrible, terrible season. Really bad. Arsenal have been crap as well. Spurs have been crap. So yeah, it's been one of the worst Premier League seasons in relation to the top teams not performing. But that doesn't take anything away from Liverpool. They deserve to win it, as I said. But it has been a crap Premier League season. But I think we'll get a better one next year. Man United look like they'll be better. Chelsea look like they'll be better. Arsenal maybe look like they're going to be better. Man City will probably be better as well. And that will close the gap on Liverpool. Whether it'll be good enough to close the gap completely, it's a big gap that they've got. The only team I think won't be better is I can't see Spurs getting better. I think it's inevitable that he will go at some point for Spurs, and I think even Spurs fans are starting to think that. Free kick here for Chelsea. 2-1 to Watford. Danny Welbeck has scored. Chance for Chelsea here on the free kick. And they've not shot with it, they've gone wide. What a goal by Welbeck. Overhead kick. Giroud should have scored for Chelsea as well. It's all going on here. Giroud should have just put the game to bed for Chelsea. Good cross in from Reece James, and it is he's headed it over the bar. But overhead kick for Welbeck, if you've not seen it, really good, really good. I've just seen it there. Fantastic hit, really good goal. Bring him back, says Jammers81 about Welbeck. This second half has been quite good actually. A lot going on. Norwich just can't buy a win at the moment. I think they pretty much knew they'd gone down, not beating Brighton. It's poor from Norwich, really. It's a case of they're already mentally beaten because I mean to lose. Have they lost every game? Norwich, have they even got a point? You'd think that a team that's fighting relegation might have a little bit more about them, but they've just gone. They've mentally gone, haven't they? And you know they're not even playing with any freedom or fight, are they? So they will be officially relegated very soon. Can Palace get back into this game? Alex George, Norwich did well at the start of the season. Yeah, I remember their first game of the season against Liverpool. They got absolutely battered, but they played in quite an expansive way. But I think I would say over the course of the season, it's been quite a negative way as well. I think Villa will be a tough game defensively. Good, says Extra Z. Check out the United stand at 7:45, mate. You're not wrong. It's sort of a preview crossed with some new transfer news, so check that out. And Van Aanholt, unlucky there, left the ball behind him. I feel there'll be another goal in this game. Good day from Australia, Mark. Should we sign Zaha back, says Vatanta. I wouldn't sign him back. I think I'd like to see him leave Crystal Palace, though, because it would be a bit of money for United, that would. I think we get like 20%. I just don't know whether anyone would buy Zaha. And Adam says he loves Hot Mic so much. Yeah, give it a go. Link in the video description. Invite code Mark363. Give it a download. Let's see how we're doing for followers. I'm trying to get up to 5,000 followers. How are we doing? We're 10 followers away from 5,000. So please give it a download. Mark363 is the invite code. And make sure you follow, because we're nearly at 5,000 followers on Hot Mic. The Hot Mic Massive. Well done. Well done, everybody. Ian Senior, Cupcake Mark. Paul. Joe 2005. Max. Ice Swallow Cum. Yeah, I knew there'd be one of those. There's lots of Ice Swallow Cums. I've either that or they're very busy. And Max, Adam, and Joe Burton, Hugh Sirrett, Sultan, Owen McDonald, welcome. Thoughts on Lindelof? Alex George says 4-4-2. Yeah, people have said to me about 4-4-2s, and I was watching it, and people are like, oh, you're on 4-4-2s. I couldn't find one video I was on 4-4-2s recently. I love it when I am on there, but I wasn't. Hi Mark, have you ever played cricket for a team? Says Nelms Phillips. Not in a long time. The thing about, I quite enjoyed playing cricket and rugby at school, but the problem is, it's a really enjoyable game when you're playing against people of your own ability. This is rugby and cricket. But when you start to play at a high level and people can really bowl, it's an unpleasant game. And bat, it's an unpleasant game. And rugby is a really unpleasant game to play when you're playing against people who are good at it, because they basically are like metal men. And I'm not built for that sort of thing, to get trampled on. Have you seen Arsenal's lineup? Rest in peace, top four for Man United. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, I don't know why they've not put it up. Well, I know where we'll get it. We've got a foul here, an injury here to a Crystal Palace player anyway. I can tell you the Arsenal team is Martinez, Mustafi, David Luiz, Kolasinac, Bellerin, Ceballos, Xhaka, Tierney, Xhaka, Lukaku and Aubameyang. So it's a back five, isn't it? Which is interesting. Mustafi, David Luiz, Kolasinac, Bellerin, Tierney. That's a back five. Ceballos, Xhaka, Xhaka, Lacazette and Aubameyang. I don't think it's a bad side. I mean, no starting place for Pepe. I mean, yes, they're good enough to get something out of Leicester. Leicester team has got Schmeichel, Bennett, Evans, Sionku, Justin, Ndidi, Tielemans, Albrighton, Perez, Iheanacho and Vardy. No Maddison or Chilwell, and they're not even part of the squad. So they must be injured. I didn't know that. So that's a big blow for them. No Maddison or Chilwell in the squad. That is a big blow for Arsenal. What have I said? Have I said Lukaku? I don't know why I've said Lukaku. When did I say Lukaku? I don't even know why I would say Lukaku. He'd probably do a better job. Lacazette. It's because of the way the Arsenal Twitter has got. No, it hasn't. They've got Lacazette on there. I don't know why. I've read it like that. I don't know. Mark, I've been going back and forth on Twitter with Mike LUHD. My handle is Lanky Matic because he keeps calling our Facebook fan base disgraceful. Can you help? Says Kush. I don't argue with fellow United fans. I think it's sad, really. Mark, I'm 20 points behind a mate in Fantasy Premier League. I'm thinking of triple captaining Bruno or Martial. Who should get it? Says Michael Lee. Oh, I love these sort of questions. That's football live chat and hot mic. Answer your fantasy Premier League problems. I would say that your best bet for triple captaining against Villa. I don't think Martial's going to score loads of goals in that team. I think he does a lot of the unselfish work, so I would probably go with Bruno. Chelsea haven't just scored, by the way. Arsenal aren't getting top four, no way. Crystal Palace on the attack here. That needed to go to the back post first time. AU. See, refused the cross. And wins the throw-in for Chelsea. What a waste. Half an hour to go. What's happened to your nose? Oh, banged it. Do you think De Bruyne will win Player of the Year, says Ramos? No, I think that bloody Henderson's going to win it, which is a joke. Like he's had a great season, but he's not the best player at Liverpool, is he? Loftus-Cheek is warming up for Chelsea. And Tammy Abraham. I mean, it's good to have these substitutions, isn't it? Corner for Crystal Palace here, though. Who do you think... Oh, wait a minute. Cross comes in. All back post. AU, another corner. Who do you think will make it into the Champions League Europa League final and win them, says Killian Donegan. Mate, I was looking at that today. I mean, look, we've had all this summer football, which is great, but I think August is going to be really exciting. You've got like Europa League, Champions League nearly every day for the first 3 weeks of August. That's going to be proper tournament knockout football. So no group stage, straight into it. Looking forward to that. I think United can win the Europa League. I do. Champions League, Man City maybe. I mean, the thing about the Champions League is it's not very beneficial for those clubs who are not playing. Like Bayern Munich haven't played for ages, have they? So that's interesting. And thanks Green Grits for the super chats. Bayern would be a good team, but they've not been playing. Are they playing friendlies? I don't know. Man City will go into that quite fresh. I think City will win it, which is an absolute disgrace. But then again, I think they'll get their ban overturned as well. Jack McLean says, we don't give Tammy Abraham chances anymore. He gets 5 to 10 minutes runabout. I'm glad he's coming on now. He's going to get less runouts next season. I mean, what's the future for Tammy Abraham, really, considering that you are getting Werner? I don't think he's going to start many games next season. Mark is asleep, says Kieran. I sometimes you get a message and it takes your mind away. I'm just like, Duncan Castle said United only has 50 million limit per player. Thoughts can't be true, says Kyle. No, I don't think that makes any sense to me, the 50 million thing. I'm going to cover it on the show later, but that doesn't make sense to me. Because that was something that was leaked from United a little bit before. Break here for Pulisic. Nice little ball into Loftus-Cheek. Gets tackled. Keeps hold of the ball. And how are you? Says Joe 2005. I'm good. On Hot Mic. 350 on the Hot Mic Massive. I will do Hot Mic for Arsenal and Leicester as well. Happy to do that. Has DT ever approached you with drugs? Says RA. He doesn't approach me much, let alone with drugs. 2-2 incoming or 3-1, says Pink Panther. I think it's one of those games, isn't it? I think you're right. It will be 3-1 or 2-2. I'd love it to be 2-2. It's been a dull second half so far, says Ed Gilbert. I think the first 20 minutes of this half has been very much about. It's just been quite a 50-50 battle. I mean, Chelsea at some point. I think Lampard's substitutions yet again are very much about trying to win the game, which is what he did against West Ham, and then they ended up losing it. So you can't fault it. Good play by Ayew. You can't fault what Lampard's trying to do, but I think sometimes you do need to defend a game out. Not to the extent of Mourinho, it's boring. How would it feel if United don't qualify for the Champions League, says Saki? It'd be very disappointing and it would be hard to swallow, but ultimately we've got a drinks break now, so that's well timed. I think, what you don't need to just keep that to Manchester United, do you? How would it feel if Leicester don't... Look, I'm a United fan. I want United to get top 4, but this channel is about discussing everything in a more level playing field. So everyone's welcome on here. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner on the YouTube. We are going to be doing Arsenal versus Leicester. David Luiz, disaster class incoming, says Wilf. Well, remember Leicester don't have Maddison or Chilwell. That's a big chance for them. But I think when you're talking about the race for top 4, if you're Leicester, then I think you've been in the top 4 for the top 3 actually for a long time. To miss out on the end, it's like being at the front of the race for ages and then just running out of energy. So that'd be hard on them, very hard on them mentally. Chelsea as well, they've been in the top 4 for a long time. That would be hard on them. And then United, we'd feel hard because we think we're good enough to get it, but if we don't get it, it will be because of the mistakes at the start of the season. So somebody's going to be disappointed unless City's ban gets upheld and 5th gets it. But then again, what if an Arsenal or a Wolves came through and even knocked Leicester down to 6th or 7th? It's all interesting. It's all interesting at the end of the day. Our linesman failed referees, Mark, says Liam Crook. I think that's a great comment. And been watching since you and Rants were in diapers, says Turner Demott. Thanks for the super chat. Palace on the attack here. Zaha with the cross. Benteke takes it down, tries to score a worldie, and it's cleared by Zuma to the halfway line. Tammy Abraham holds it up. No, he doesn't. It's headed away. Willian picks it up. Here he is, look. I'm playing for a new contract. I'm playing for me. I can't be asked the last 3 years to be consistent, but now I'm playing for loads of money. I'll do it. I want a new plasma television and a car. Who's going to be the next number 7 for Man United? Is James Mahon. Hopefully Sancho. Ed Gilbert says, if United finish 5th and don't win either the FA Cup or the Europa League, will you be calling for support or a change of manager? It depends. If you keep playing like now and you don't get it, then you've got to see that that's progress enough to give another season, haven't you? If you go back to playing how you played before. Chelsea got a good break on here with Loftus-Cheek. Lovely little ball. And Tammy Abraham finishes it off. What a goal. That will probably win the game. What a bit of play that was. Loftus-Cheek. And Tammy Abraham celebrates it because he'll enjoy it. But Loftus-Cheek is the one who creates that. That is absolutely fantastic by Loftus-Cheek. And Tammy Abraham should finish that. But Loftus-Cheek drives from his own half. It's a 4v3. A little dink pass to Tammy Abraham, who is onside. And then he just passes it in off the post. Lovely finish actually by Tammy Abraham, but the The build-up play by Loftus-Cheek is elite, and it's a fantastic finish, and that should put the game away. Although 20 minutes to go, you don't know. Palace not necessarily out of it yet, but the youngsters combining there for Chelsea, and they've put the game to bed. And we all did say we felt that there would be another goal either one way or the other. It wasn't going to finish 2-1, and it hasn't. And Lampard again going attacking in his substitutions, and it's worked again today. Chelsea looking very good at the moment for top four, although they do finish the season against Liverpool and Wolves. Van Aanholt. Goal! He might be offside. Is he offside? No, I don't think he is. I told you it wouldn't necessarily be over. 3-2. Oh, Roy. He just sits there like an old man waiting for his dinner. He's so happy, knowing it's dinner time. Lovely play by Van Aanholt. I don't think there's going to be an element of offside. No, because he cuts it back. Definitely onside, Benteke. And a simple pass in. And somebody did say Benteke is worth a goal. And Chelsea fans, how enjoyable is it, Chelsea fans? You know, you get that third goal, you think, whoa, look at that from the youngsters. They put the game to bed, and within seconds, Crystal Palace go up the other end and make it 3-2. And it's back as you were for the next few minutes. So we've still got where we were 5 minutes ago. Just a couple of quick goals in a very short period of time. So 3-2 now. And Chelsea really should have put this game to bed now. 3-1. It's the old FIFA thing, isn't it? When you score, just keep it tight for a few minutes. And 3-2. Come on, Palace, says Edwin Kawar. I love this game, says Darcy Harrison. I lost respect for Roy Keane after he said De Gea wasn't world class, says Adam. This is why football is the best sport in the world. Yep, I think you're right. Come on, Palace, do us a favour, says Liam Taylor. It's Chelsea's defence, really. I mean, it's just poor what they've just switched off. You know, you're 3-1 up. The game's pretty much done, and just keep your concentration. What do I think the score is going to be in Arsenal versus Leicester? Leicester haven't got Maddison and they haven't got Chilwell. I think if you're Arsenal, you've got to not be getting beat. There'll be more goals in this. Dr. Saul says, hi Mark, rank these in order of how big of a rival you regard them to United. Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Leeds. Crossed by Reece James, cleared away. Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Leeds. In relation to rivalry, Arsenal are our least rival. And I would say, for me, because I don't live in Manchester, so I don't have to deal with Man City fans, I would say that for me, Liverpool is our biggest rival. And then Leeds second, City third, Arsenal fourth. It's close between Leeds and City, but I don't see any City fans, so I don't feel a rivalry to them. I think you've got to be a Manchester fan to feel that. But Liverpool would definitely be number one. Wyatt says Arsenal will win 2-1. Cross for a corner here for Chelsea. Willian. And Crystal Palace clear it. Good play by Zaha. Still good play by Zaha, and Crystal Palace come away with it here. Vardy and Iheanacho can ruin Arsenal, says Pete Squire. I hope there's a lot of goals in it. I hope it's a good game, Pete. Ayew into the box. It's not going anywhere. And how does that go for a goal kick? Still 15 minutes to go. Only one goal in it. 3-3 would be great. Kristan Bull again, please. Bishweth says, what's your honest opinion on financial fair play? I honestly think it favours big clubs a lot. Even though I'm a United fan, I do not want City banned and see such an exciting team crumble down. Could not give a shit about that. If City have cheated, then get them out, get them banned. Play by the rules. Whether you agree with them or not doesn't mean you can't not play by them. Here's AO again in the box. Nice little ball there. Oh, gets tackled. Oh, ref! Are we having a look at that? Maybe not. No appeals from Palace in the box. If Sancho takes number 7, should Greenwood take 11, says Green Grits. There's no penalty there by Zuma on Benteke, to be fair. Been watching you since you and Flex made the porno, says Eric Jua. I find these funny, but there you go. And Jamie says, remember United have got to play Palace. Yeah, it'd be a tough game. They're not a bad side. They just keep losing a lot at the moment. But I'd fancy United against anybody at the moment. And the reason I say that is because we haven't got to play Liverpool or Man City or Chelsea in the league. So I fancy United against anyone at the moment. Nearly 10,000 watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. We are going to be doing Arsenal versus Leicester, and I will be celebrating Arsenal goals very passionately because tonight's the night. I feel tonight's the night where United get really close to top 4, and we're going to be thanking Arsenal fans. I really hope it's going to happen. Simon Wheelika says, hi Mark, what do you think the result will be on the Man City ban in Europe? Also, what one player would you have from Leicester? Stay safe. I'll take Ndidi from Leicester. It doesn't mean Matic gets dropped, but to have a CDM of that quality would give us some real depth in a really important position. So yeah, it'd be Ndidi for me. $10 minutes to go, well 12 minutes to go. What do you do if you're Chelsea? What do you do if you're Chelsea? Do you go for it? Do you sit back a bit? A lot of people on Hot Mic saying it should have been a penalty to Palace. I don't think it was. Good cross by Reece James into the keeper's arms, which always makes me feel like a pub. Are Palace going to get it then in these last few minutes? I don't know. I do not know. Double substitution here. Andros Townsend coming on for Palace. I was surprised to find out that Andros Townsend is only he's only like 27, 28. I always thought he was like 32 or something now. Jorginho's coming on for Chelsea as well. There's another goal in this game, says none. McCarthy and MacArthur off. McCarthy and McCarthy on, and Townsend and Ayew. No, I've got that all wrong. Forget it. Ayew's come off anyway. Andros Townsend can hit a good shot. Please subscribe if you're new on YouTube. We're on that road to 180k. Bottom right hand corner. You never know. We could do it tonight with the Arsenal-Leicester game as well. United stand, Villa preview and a transfer update. A very significant transfer update on the United stand straight after this show. And then we're back on here for 8:15 for Arsenal versus Leicester. Kalen doesn't see Palace scoring. Spurs playing rubbish. Chelsea barely getting by. And we win tonight 3-0. Pepe hat-trick, says Zayn Miassi. I haven't heard from Zayn in ages. Zayn, I think for the first time ever, we're going to be on the same page. I'll probably celebrate Arsenal goals more than you. I want you to win. But Pepe's not playing, so I don't think he's going to get a hat-trick. He's on the bench. I think Chelsea are going to have to make a decision here. I think they're still in the mode of trying to get the fourth goal and finish it off, but I think at some point you've got to sit back and defend it out, really. Me and you open up a pub in the keeper's arms, says Bearded Monkey. I'll tell you what I do. It's one of my ambitions. I do want to open up a pub. Could call it the United Stand. Be a good name for a pub. Or the Keeper's Arms would be good as well. Daniel says that Pepe had a new child. Well, get him on the pitch. He might score. Did anyone, somebody in Hot Mic, I'll give them a shout out because it's a nice comment. They said, anyone catch the Flex and KG show today? Give it a watch. Really, really good show on the United Stand. And if you're not a United fan, you should subscribe to the United Stand because we do a weekly Premier League show on a Friday afternoon where we talk about everybody on the Premier League, whether it's Liverpool, Arsenal, Leicester, everybody. So you give it a watch. It's really good. Friday afternoon, United Stand. Be a lots to talk about this week, actually. Seven minutes to go. The game there's a bit of game controlling going on here from here. I think it's why Lampard's brought Jorginho on, actually, because it's just about controlling the game now. Mark, please marry me, says Miguel Reyes. I'm already married, otherwise I'm all yours. And good defensive play. I do rate Reece James for Chelsea. I think he's a good player. Zaha's joining us soon. He and Sancho on the same level as Zaha has proved it in this league. Sancho hasn't yet, says Zayn Miassi. Yeah, but he's about 8 years older, isn't he? Anyway, I'd love Arsenal to sign Zaha because we get 20%. So you're basically paying United. Good player, Van Aanholt, I've always rated him. I think he could play for a better club. I don't know how old Van Aanholt is, but I do think he could play for a better club. And I thought he was good at Sunderland. He's been very good at Palace. One of their better players. Set up the goal tonight as well, the second one. 29 now, apparently. Palace looking like they might have ran out a bit of steam here. Lampard's made a clever substitution, bringing on Jorginho just to control the game. But Willian, everything happens with Willian. Lays it off. What a save by the keeper. Mount goes bottom corner. Keeper makes a good save. Get divorced then, says Miguel Reyes. I'm very happily married. I did see the Welbeck goal, Sebastian. Very, very good. Very, very good. We are going to do the Arsenal game, Liana, yeah. As soon as this finishes, I'll set up a new stream. The plan is, United Stand is actually going to start as soon as this game finishes. Preview. So get yourself straight over to the United Stand for the Aston Villa preview. And a very big transfer update on Jack Grealish. Make sure you watch United Stand. and then back on here for 8:15 for the preview. So here, United stand, back here for 8:15. That's United. If you want to do it with me. If you want to do it with me. Come on, Palace, wake up, says David. Yeah, they seem to have run out of energy, don't they? We're going to win the league next season. Come on, you Gunners, says Harry Osman. Just win tonight and I'll be happy. I'm celebrating Arsenal goals like a gooner tonight, I tell you. I'm very excited. I'm going to show you. You know, like people accuse the AFTV boys of fake celebrating. You watch how I fake celebrate tonight. I won't even be faking, I'll mean it. I'll be like, I told you, Robbie. I told you, Robbie. Lacazette's better than Pele. That's what I'm talking about, blood. Yeah, Lacazette's better than Pele. Brilliant. We're going to win the league, Robbie. I don't care. Have you always been Man U or a different club growing up, says Tuba, 24. Always Man United. And how come we're not in talks with Dennis Zakaria? He's fantastic and extremely fast and can also play as a centre-back, says Wabe. He's injured at the moment, mate. So that's probably why. Oh, I'm pumped. I'm really excited about Arsenal Leicester. I'm pumped up for it. And I really do think that if they score, I'm going to go mad. I am. I'm going absolutely mad. Because look, Arsenal won't catch United. So it's one of the first times in my life since I've wanted. The last time I wanted Arsenal to win this much was probably 1989. Michael Thomas, last minute, stopped Liverpool winning the league. That's got to be one of the weird. I don't think we'll ever see that again. I don't even remember why it happened. I don't even know if it was a league game. Was it a league game? I was so young. I just remember it being on the telly. So Liverpool were playing Arsenal. It was 1-1 at Anfield, and it was going into stoppage time, and if the game finished the draw, Liverpool won the league. And then they flicked it onto Michael Thomas and he scored. And Arsenal won the league. And I don't know whether it was just a freak of nature that the way it worked. But it was literally like... It was like a league playoff in the... Well, that's a terrible shot by Tammy Abraham. It was just weird how it worked. I don't know. I was so young. I can't remember. Dean versus De Gea. Also, please... Milk Daddy. Oh, God. Please get a goal, Crystal Palace. It was a league game, says Charlie Watson. Arsenal needed to win by 2 goals and they won 2-0, says Chris Deedfield. Fair enough. Okay, that was how it was. It was 1-0 and Arsenal needed to win 2. I was very young. I don't remember. How old were you when you started watching United, says Willie Anok. How old are you when you start watching football? I mean, look, I did a very interesting podcast with Al Ferran today. About football, and I spoke about this quite in depth about how football was very different when I was growing up. You wouldn't be able to watch Palace Chelsea on a Tuesday night. No way. You used to get one game on a week. There was no Premier League. It was all about CFAX or Teletext, which hardly any of you will know anything about. You used to celebrate goals by the page changing and saying 1-0. It was ridiculous. There was no internet either. So support watching football, and also we all used to play out and play football outside every minute you could. So watching football was a very different process to what you watch now. I mean, you can be a Barcelona fan from Stoke. So it's a very, very different world. But I'd say the games I always remembered growing up was the FA Cup final, because it was always on and it was a big, massive thing. Put Shaw centre-back and Brandon wing-back and bring back Smalling, says the alien. Stretch. I think Chelsea have done enough to win this. I just think Palace have run out of steam. We haven't got the minutes added on yet, but it feels like they've run out of steam a bit here. 5 minutes added on. So we're not going to get much of a break. Coyote. Hurt his arm. I think he's up now. Corner for Palace. Still 4 minutes left in this game. Oh! Ref, I think that could have been a penalty there. I think that could have been a penalty. And now, if Chelsea go on the break and score, Pulisic, Willian. No, keeper's got it. Could have been a penalty there. I haven't seen it back, but Benteke definitely goes down in the box. Could have been a penalty. Nah, I think it would have been soft on Loftus-Cheek, to be fair. Good play by Zaha into the box. Cross comes in. Cleared by Chelsea. Little bit of pressure by Palace here in the last couple of minutes. They found a little bit of Monica. Not a penalty, says Teo. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a penalty anyway, but I actually think it was the right decision. It wasn't a penalty. Can Palace just create that chance to get that point? Not with passing like that. Free kick there now. Gaz Elliott says VAR for well, never a penalty, says Saeem. To be honest, I've seen him given. You know, when you watch it back, I've definitely seen them given. He does kick him on the back of the foot. I mean, it's not malicious; it's accidental. But yeah, I have seen them given. To be fair, I think Chelsea would have said it was very harsh. But if it had been given, I don't think VAR would have overruled it. Is what I'm saying. But it wasn't given. The referee didn't give it. So 2 minutes to go. Looking like Chelsea are going to get the win. Good 3 points for them as well. And let's not forget, Chelsea have already benefited from a bit of luck already in this game. The first goal, because Cahill went down with a hamstring injury. Palace here trying to switch the play out. Good switch to Zaha. Just run out Reece James here. Lays it off. Van Aanholt. Oh, good block. They've had a go there, Palace. They've had a go. What a tackle that is. Magnificent tackle. Townsend lays it off. Wide to Zaha. He's in the box. He's going to have a look here. Good block, Reece James. I think that's... Well, no, still a minute to go. Tammy Abraham does well. Oh, he's not kept it on. Van Aanholt into Zaha. Good running into the box. Dinks it. It's the post. Van Aanholt blocked. Oh, Palace. That was their chance. They've hit the post. And Chelsea get a big 3 points here. That was a... I can't believe it. He's hit the bloody post. Back post cross. And now Chelsea should have enough to just go for the corner here, Pulisic. Arsenal better not mess this up tonight. That's all I'm saying. Should have been 3-3, says it's me. Well, it's one of those. It's a great cross by Zaha. He's got a free header on the back post. He's got a lot of angle, to be honest. Heads it across the face of the goal. And it bounces off the post. Zuma with a fantastic tackle there late on as well. I think that's a bloody penalty by Zuma there. He's got his bloody studs up. You know, you can make a tackle and it be illegal, you know. His bloody studs are up there. Townsend with the cross. I think that'll be it. And it is it. And it's a good win for Chelsea, that. I thought the referee was a bit shit at the end. I think Zuma's tackle there is studs up in the box. But good win for Chelsea. Got a bit of a lucky win in some ways. Bit unlucky for Palace. But massive 3 points for Chelsea in the top 4 race. The attention now moves to Leicester against Arsenal. We're going to have a little bit of a break. I will set up the stream for that. I'll be back live in about 15 minutes on this channel, so join me for that. I'll be celebrating Arsenal goals like an Arsenal fan. We're live on United Stand now. Villa versus Manchester United preview and a big update on Jack Grealish. It's actually happening now on the United Stand, so get over there quickly. That'll finish at about 8:10 and then get back here. I'll see you on the United Stand and then back here in about 15 minutes. See you in a bit.